What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Sports TV. And I am back with another Google live stream. This live stream won't be too long, 30 minutes to an hour. It may go over, depends on how the conversation is going. Maybe I have some guests jump in. If not, it's just going to be me solo dolo. So as y'all come in, go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Drop in the comment section where you from, and all that good stuff. I'm here to talk about where's the excitement for Canelo versus Golovkin 2. Last year, I was excited for this fight. Honestly, I was. It was a fight that a lot of people expected Golovkin to win, and a lot of people felt that he did win. Me, I felt that Canelo, got the job done. That's just me. But now, a year later, two failed drug tests later, high ass pay-per-view prices, the excitement just seems to not be there. Maybe it's just because it's a few weeks out, or maybe it's just nobody's excited to see this. You know what I'm saying? And the first fight was a good fight, but it wasn't a great fight. If the fight was scored how people felt it should have been scored, we probably wouldn't get a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think the action in the ring lived up to, getting a rematch. But the controversial decision to, that it was scored a draw has, put us right back in this position. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that with $84.99 is what they charging for this pay-per-view. $84.99, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of fucking money for a fight that isn't generating a buzz, coming off of the controversial with Canelo Alvarez, failing, drug tests. And I just don't think that's worth it. You look at the undercard, you got Jaime Munguia taking on Brandon Cook. Jaime Munguia is a guy that's being built up for Canelo, in my opinion. You got David Lemieux taking on Gary Spike O'Sullivan in a fight that really won't do any significance in the middleweight division. I think Gary Spike O'Sullivan has more to lose and to gain if he either wins this fight or loses this fight. I think David Lemieux is through. I think he's through as a top contender. I don't even know if he's going to make weight because there was some pictures on Boxing Scene earlier this week or late last week where, he looked good, and then you start to scroll down, you see that he looks still heavy. You know what I'm saying? He still looked heavy. And if that's the case, I'm not sure this motherfucker gonna even make weight. And you got Chocolatito Gonzalez, who coming back, one of my favorite fighters. He making his return against Moises Flores, the guy that pulled that acting job against Guillermo Rigondeaux last year. But I just think that the undercard isn't stacked to the point where I'm like, man, I gotta dish out $84.99. And I always say this, and then I end up at the last minute dishing out that money. But I just don't know. I just don't know about it. I see people, talking, I see Canelo and Triple G going back and forth, talking trash, which is kind of, it's entertaining, but it ain't, what is settling the fight for me. Honestly, I think that Canelo may be the better guy in this fight, genuinely, not because I like Canelo or dislike Triple G. I just think that the fight is his to, take. He's younger, he's fresher, even though Gennady Golovkin, fought and destroyed Martirosyan, and still I think that Golovkin is super angry. And both of these guys are coming out to kill each other. So I do think the rematch will be better than the first fight. No doubt about it. Y'all hit that like button. But, I mean, for the shit, I ain't really seen no commercials. Honestly, I think they did the first commercial, or this last year, where they had the old school, I think, was it Roberto Duran and somebody else, in the commercial with them. But it's been no promotion. It's been no buzz. I haven't seen them guys doing no interviews. They'll be doing it with the behind the, gloves and the, fight hypes and all that. But it's been no buzz in this fight. And honestly, I don't think they're gonna get nearly as much pay-per-view buys. The gate gonna do as well as they thought or as it did last year. I just don't see it because it's really no genuine excitement. People are like, just get this fight over with. I think both guys genuinely hate each other, which is going to make for a good fight early. But as everything settled down and the strategic plans start to kick in, I think that the excitement level may dwindle as the fight goes on. And people going to want their money worth. People going to want Canelo and Triple G to fight their Mexican style fight, especially Triple G, who is branding that Mexican style. If he doesn't come through and fight like that and force Canelo to fight like that, it's gonna be all kinds of problems. But boxing is in a tricky place right now when it comes to these pay-per-views and getting fans to dish out the money. The casual fan is gonna push this. That's what's gonna happen. The casual fan is gonna push it, and if the casual fan doesn't come out and show up and show out for Canelo and Golovkin, it's gonna be a big disappointment, and that's the last thing that HBO needs, Oscar De La Hoya needs, and Gennady Golovkin and Tom Loeffler needs. They need this pay-per-view to do huge numbers, and at the end of the day, it may just do that. It may just do it. We seen in the past fights not have a lot of buzz, but then come fight week, it explodes. You got the fight week activities, the grand arrivals, the weigh-in, the press conferences, the media day workouts where they doing their last little combination flashy shit for the media and fans to see. So it could pick up, but I just don't see it getting to the point of last year or surpassing it. I'm not excited for it, and last year I was ultra excited. Like I said, but hey, it's funny how a year changes things. And with the stigma that Canelo has on him for failing drug tests and now being known as a cheater, it's not sitting well with a lot of people. It's not sitting well with Gennady Golovkin. In an interview he did at his media day workout, he said, if you support Canelo, you're a fake person. If you support me, you're a real one. And he has some merit to that. Because if you are for the integrity of the sport, then you're gonna roll with him just off of that, whether you like him or not. But if you just care for the fighter, don't really care about the integrity, then you're gonna roll with Canelo Alvarez. And I can't say I blame you, especially a lot of the Mexican fans who are born and bred over there and support their guys. So we're gonna see if the numbers gonna do huge come September 15th. But it's a rematch that needs to happen just off of the animosity and everything else. Let me switch topics, man. Eddie Hearn said that he offered Gervonta Tank Davis a huge deal, one that he declined. And it'll be interesting to see if they release the terms of that. Because Canelo did it not Canelo, Broner did it when he offered him, which was dumb on his part. But okay, no, this is what he said. He said, Eddie Hearn said, we made a huge offer to Davis. His promoter, obviously Floyd Mayweather Jr., declined it, which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit. That Floyd Mayweather is egotistical. He wants things his way. He doesn't want anybody to surpass him as a fighter here, as a promoter. He's trying to become the best, and he's not going to let Tank Davis be with somebody else and reap the benefit of what he feel he built up Tank Davis to this point. So of course he's not going to want to be a co-promoter with anybody else. He's going to stick with Al Heyman. He's going to allow maybe Lou DiBella, Richard Schaefer to come in and do some work with Tank Davis and get him the fights that he need, but he's not going to work with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn had to know that this was going to be an uphill battle. And Floyd really don't need any more money. Floyd love money, but he don't need any more money. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, it's not nothing for him to turn it down. Plus, he got Al Heyman backing him. He got Al Heyman in his corner, who has endless amounts of funds, it seems. So there's no need to accepting offer, no matter how big it is, from Eddie Hearn for Gervonta Tank Davis to fight on the zone instead of Showtime in the PBC cards. That would be just backwards for Floyd Mayweather Jr. So, you had to expect that. But I think that it would have been a good deal for Gervonta Tank Davis personally because we know how he's at odds with Floyd Mayweather. He really wants to get from up under that contract. He really wants to go do his own thing. But be as it may, he can't do that. He can't do that because he's in a long contract with Floyd, and he don't even know when the end is. Maybe it's ending next year. Maybe it's ending in 2020. Who knows? But I do know that Eddie Hearn, you know, just struck out, and with him having Tevin Farmer now, it makes even more sense for Floyd Mayweather to decline that because he don't want to be splitting money revenue with Eddie Hearn now that he has Tevin Farmer, his fighter, and go against his fighter Gervonta Tank Davis and being in the unification bout. And they both can make money with each other instead of Eddie Hearn getting money off of Tank Davis and Tevin Farmer because we know Floyd he don't play that sharing shit. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Bo?
What's good, fam? What we talking about?
We talking about the where's the excitement for Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, and I was touching on Eddie Hearn said we made a big offer to Davis, but his promoter, aka Floyd Mayweather, declined it. But let's go back to the first topic. It's gonna only be on here for like 30 minutes to an hour. Why do you think the excitement isn't where it was for like last year? First fight between the two guys.
Between who? Gennady
Canelo. Yeah, Canelo and Gennady. What up, 2K?
What up, yo?
Yo, I think the excitement is still there. It's just not what it was before, only because of the things that took place here. You got to keep in part, man. It wasn't so much as Canelo with the failed drug test. It was the way the Golden Boy tried to cover up how the drug test was failed. Then the animosity back and forth between the two men. Then the debacle with Gennady Golovkin and Derevyanchenko not taking place, which is no fault of Golovkin. HBO just didn't want to put up the money for that, right? So he wanted to fight Vadim Monterosian. And then, of course, the WBC with the so-called phony suspension for 1 year, but then suspending 6 months to making the fight happen this year. So it was just it was a combination of so much corruption and so much involvement, and people knew in the end wasn't going to happen. So I think that kind of killed some of the buzz to a certain degree. Now I still think it's enough. I think the closer we get to the fight, the more of the buzz will pick up, because it's still one of the most relevant, probably one of the most relevant fights today. But if you add in all of those factors, and then of course and this played out live, like right in front of every day, it was something coming up. Gennady Golovkin, even saying, "Hey, I want more money." Him being stripped, I think played a major part in it, because now it's no more. It was no longer about him getting all the belts. Now it became that became like a thing that people harped on. Well, this ain't about all the belts no more. It's about one thing and one thing only, which is money. So you had a lot that played into that, man, and I think that's why I lost this luster.
2K, what's your thoughts, man? I know you wasn't excited for this fight last year. You said it when we was doing the podcast. You was like, wow, it was a good fight. It's not one, what I'm saying, that's at the top of my excitement list. So what do you think the buzz going? Do you think it's going to pick up, or you think it's just one of those fights that's only happening due to the controversial decision that many people feel was given towards Canelo with the draw?
The buzz is going to pick up. I mean, if you look at a lot of the fights, these last couple of years, a lot of the bigger fights, there really hasn't been that much buzz around any big fight, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking about Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't much buzz with Pacquiao, Tim Bradley. Actually, people hated that fight. It was because it was for the WBO interim belt. There wasn't no buzz for any of Canelo's fights prior to fucking Golovkin. Nobody really cared about Liam Smith. People did not want Chavez Jr. You go to Golovkin, wasn't no buzz around him fighting motherfucking Dominic Wade. There was a little buzz around Daniel Jacobs because a lot of cats, including myself, didn't think he was going to take that fight. And when he did, motherfuckers was like, well, maybe he's got the confidence we didn't think he had. So there's a little buzz there, but still not that much, right? And, of course, the biggest buzz, in my opinion, was Vasyl Lomachenko and Guillermo Rigondeaux. You saw what happened there. You know, motherfuckers was bamboozled. So now they like, well, shit, I ain't trying to give no buzz or nothing now. You know, Terrence Crawford, Julius Ndongo, no buzz. Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, 1 and 2, not that much buzz. 2 had more buzz than 1 because of the controversial decision, but still not that much buzz. So, I mean, I can go on and on. A bunch of fights where they didn't have a lot of buzz. So I think this is just playing its course. But I think towards September 15th, motherfuckers going to hop on because you're going to see a lot of emotional fans. And they're trying to get out there right now with a lot of the, you know, the tidbit, or not tidbits, but the antics from both sides. You know, Golovkin saying, hey, you only a real motherfucker if you roll with me, and you a fake motherfucker if you roll with Canelo. You been hanging around some niggas or something. You not told him to say that. But, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's saying stuff like that and calling Canelo a liar and all that shit for the pay-per-view numbers and all that. You know, and Canelo's coming back with his antics. But at the end of the day, the emotional fans will come from underneath their rock when we get close to September 15th, and you're going to see a major push, or let me say a major boost in intrigue, probably the week of the fight.
All right. Let's talk about hold on. Let's talk about Eddie Hearn saying that he made Floyd Mayweather, that's the promoter, Gervonta Davis, a huge offer, but Floyd declined. We all know we're not shocked by that because Floyd Mayweather don't want nobody to be greater than him in the ring. He don't want no promoter to be greater than him outside the ring, even though we wouldn't categorize Floyd as a great promoter. Floyd is egotistical like that, so he'll put himself in that category. Do you agree with that decision? Because I was just talking about it. And I agree with Floyd because now that we know that he got Tevin Foreman under the zone, Eddie Hearn, Floyd would kind of be foolish to, you know, work with Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn would be getting money off of Davis and you know, former, you know, and Floyd would just be getting that money off of Davis, and we know how Floyd is with the money. He wants everything. So do you think it was wise for him to decline, or you think he should have agreed to, you know, allow Eddie Hearn to, you know, co-promote his fighter that I don't think he liked as much as he used to, and who definitely doesn't like him, 2K?
Well, I think it was a good decision because I really believe he plans on cashing Gervonta Tank Davis out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, he's going to 135. He's talking about going to 135 after if Floyd can make this Abner Mares fight because, you know, now I don't believe that they're going to make the what's my guy's name? Nigga with the lazy guy. Thank you. Tevin Farmer. I couldn't remember his name. I had a blackout for a second, but yeah, my man Tevin Farmer. I don't think they're gonna make that fight. But you know, I think he's gonna take him to 135. Shit, I don't even see them making the Abner Mares fight, to be real with you. But I see him going to 135. I think he's gonna have maybe a 1 or 2 fights there. And I think Floyd is going to try to cash him out against Vasyl Lomachenko. I really, truly believe that. I could be wrong. But I think that's what really led to that decision. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're trying to cash a fighter out, you ain't trying to share that cash out money. You know what I'm saying? So that's ultimately what I think. But like I said, I could be wrong.
So it's interesting that you say you don't think he's going to fight Tevin Farmer. Wouldn't you think that Floyd would want that to make the fight with, well, never mind, because I'm going to go to 135. So that's a moot point. That's a moot point. Shit.
Exactly.
So, shit. Bo, what's your thoughts on it?
I'm not surprised now. If you ask me, was it a good move or not, only time will tell. Because, see, here's the problem that Eddie Hearns have to look at and realize, right? Right now, the only name that you got in TMT is Gervonta Davis. Okay,
so talking about, bro, they got Jalen Love, man.
Oh yeah, that's the man right there.
Hey man, turn his mic off, man.
He couldn't beat Peter Quillen coming off of what 2-year layoff, but he the man or whatever it was. You know what I'm
saying? Man, yeah, man, the most recognizable. Yeah, right. Yeah, they got Jalen Love and they got his boy too. What's the other secretary over there?
Ishai Smith.
No, oh man, what's the dude?
Mickey Bay,
Mickey Bay, yeah, Mickey Bay.
Got 2K. We got Bundu, Jack Bundu. Say his name. Which how you say it? Bundu.
Yeah, but right now, you know, Tank Davis, is the most recognizable name that Floyd got over there. And what Eddie Hearn's going to have to realize is that's just like going to Bob Arum and saying, listen, I'm offering you a lot of money for Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to do that. You're just not finna just up, like 2K said, a guy who I can make some fights with, where I can make some money with. I'm just not finna up and just offer him to you and share that with you right now. Now, if you're talking one of my lower tier guys, okay, yeah, I could do that. And I'll say this again. One of the things that Eddie Hearn did was, yeah, okay, it's good that you got the zone, but you didn't necessarily have the fighters to go with this. You're fighting them as you go along, and hopefully, if the product turns out to be successful, if the product shows it has some traction, then you'll have guys willing to take that, take that leap of faith. So I'm not surprised Floyd did it at all, period. And then you touch upon something too. Floyd is in the same game that Eddie Hearns is in. So why would he give ground to a dude that he probably feels is not as established as him just yet over here on this side of the pond in this market? Okay, because like you said, Floyd is egotistical. Floyd believes with my name attached to something, it'll do well because my name is attached to it. And he feels that maybe Eddie Hearns ain't got that clout. So I'm not surprised. I also believe that like to 2K's point, that if he gets this Abner Mares fight, he looks good in this Abner Mares fight, he's going to go up to 135, where there is bigger money fights with Mikey Garcia or Vasily Lomachenko. And those are bigger money fights that he can make than trying to go with Eddie with Tevin Farmer. And he knows and understands it, and he can be in control of that fight, whether it's Mikey Garcia or Vasily Lomachenko. He can be the person that has more control over that versus turn everything over to Eddie Hearn. So yeah, I gotta go with my man on there, because even though there are other fights that you can make at 135, I think Floyd is looking at the bigger picture. And if the bigger picture is to get him up to 135 where he can make some bigger fights and be in control, then why would you turn things over to Eddie Hearns and give up probably the most recognizable name outside of Badu Jack in your stable?
Yep.
Do y'all think that Gervonta Tank Davis has a chance to be successful at 135?
I think he has a chance to be successful. Now, winning a title, that's success.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about successful and winning the title. Because who you gonna beat that really at 135 other than a champion, and maybe now Robert Easter, that's gonna say that was a successful 135 run, even though you didn't become a champion. Richard Comey, no, you know what I'm saying? So he got to go for Mikey. He got to go for Jorge Linares. He got to go for Vasily Lomachenko. He can't get a rematch with Pedraza because that title about to be gone as soon as December 1st hit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he signed the contract to face Vasily Lomachenko, he might as well get that to him. So, I mean, what is his prospects really? Because I know 2K then got in his ass no homo on his channel saying that he don't really feel that he's as skillful, but not as skilled as he thinks he is right at this point. You know, yeah, he's 23, but like we all say, once you become a champion, that age is out the window. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing nothing. Let me finish real quick. He's doing nothing to help himself in terms of developmental, when it gets quality competition. Because, as you step up, shit get different, shit get tough. You got to be mentally stronger than you do physically. And he's not doing that for himself. So I don't see how he fares well, even against Richard Comey or Robert Easter Jr. Go ahead, Bo.
No, I'm going to say, well, first of all, let's keep one thing in mind. He's undersized also as well. Okay. Good point. Tank Davis really should be at 126. I'm just being honest. He really should be at 126, but his ability to develop probably is better for him at 135, because when you look at 126, 126 got some guys down there. Now, I personally feel like he should wait around 135, because maybe these guys at 126 will move up. Maybe, Rojas, Warrington, Valdez, Gary Russell, maybe these guys will move up, and then he'll have some competition. But he go to 135 outside of, like we said, I don't think he has the ring IQ for Mikey Garcia. Okay. And I think with him and Vasily Lomachenko, he's not ready for that yet. He needs 1 or 2 more fights. But then you mentioned Richard Comey. Well, Richard Comey has a size and reach advantage on him. And Richard Comey, unlike Robert Easter Jr., does fight tall. Okay. You got Rance Bartholomew, who's another tall dude who can fight small, but still, he still would be at a size disadvantage. Okay. So you got some fights there. I mean, hell, even Robert Easter Jr., he would be at a size disadvantage. So you got, huh?
Size, height, everything.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like now, Javier Fortuna, Luke Campbell, Jorge Linares. I just don't think he had. I think he would get Linares because I think Linares got a stamina issue. So I think he could probably get Linares, but it would be tough for him. So personally, he don't have the size for 135, if I'm being honest. And when you talk about Mikey Garcia and Vasyl Lomachenko, he's not ready for Vasyl. He don't have a ring IQ for Mikey.
Shit, Mikey knock his ass out. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I agree with Bo, but I'm gonna give him a little bit more leeway. I think he beats everybody with exception to Vasyl and Mikey Garcia at 135 pounds. I don't think he can fuck with Mikey Garcia, like my man said, with the ring IQ. That's just too much, man. And then you got Vasyl Lomachenko with Gervonta Tank Davis's style. He's a plotter, man. He don't really move. He's Adrian Broner 2.0. He's just younger, probably a bit faster. He might be a better counterpuncher. Adrian Broner is an excellent counterpuncher with the left hook. He's also a good counterpuncher with the uppercut on the inside. Whereas Tank Davis, he's actually a good counterpuncher with the straight. He hits you with the hook, hits you with the uppercut. He can actually turn into a guy that's stalking you like he did Jose Pedraza. He was stalking the shit out of Pedraza until he knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So he's Adrian Broner 2.0, but he's got a little bit more of a skill set, in my opinion, than Adrian Broner. But the fact that he doesn't really move that well in the ring, Vasyl Lomachenko will keep that nigga within that triangle that I like to talk about, the triangle theory, where you got 3 points in which you're going to pivot around your opponent. And that Vasyl Lomachenko has mastered the triangle theory, man. He's going to keep that dude in that triangle, and he's just going to move all around. He's going to dance around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So those are the only two guys I don't think Tank can beat at 135. But Linares, he has to plan himself in order to show you that hand speed. I see him getting countered. Raimundo Beltran's a bit sloppy. Robert Easter Jr., man, one of the most dangerous fighters at the lower weight divisions, but the nigga's too stupid to understand that he needs to fight from the outside for 12 rounds. So he's going to move. He's going to let Tank get on the inside of him, end up losing rounds, possibly get stopped or lose the fight. You got Richard Comey. That's actually a tough fight. Comey gets complacent like he did against Denis Shafikov. If you apply enough pressure to Comey, he plays on it. He fights from his back foot, and he's not good at fighting off his back foot. And that's how Denis Shafikov beat him. Anthony Crowler's garbage. Luke Campbell, easy work. You know what I'm saying? Yvonne Mendy about to lose to Luke Campbell in the rematch. Easy work. Jose Pedraza, you already know what happened there. And then the wild card is Lewis Ritson. That's a tough fight.
Yeah, that's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. But I won't say that he can't beat Lewis Ritson because Ritson's a big green. He's still trying to make a name for himself. So that's the top 10 at 135 right now. So the only two that's definitive is just, like I said, Mikey Garcia and Vasyl Lomachenko.
And just for those who don't know, I know I mentioned Rance Bartholomew. He went back down to 135. Yeah.
Yep.
Rance Bartholomew went back down to 135.
He should have. It should have never went to 140.
Exactly.
Brandon said he want Tank versus Gary Russell. That's what I want too, man. I want that fight bad. I think that'll be a good ass fight.
Russell wipes the floor with him.
He made, but shit, that's still a good ass fight.
I like it too.
I like it too. I just
battle of the midget dinosaur arm motherfuckers.
Yeah, Gary Russell whooped that ass, man. That's too much hand speed, bro.
Hey, my boy Brandon said a while ago, he was like, you gonna have a whole goddamn security in that bitch because Tank from Baltimore and fucking Gary from Washington, Capitol Heights and shit. Said the whole security gonna be in the hood and everything gonna be in that hood.
Gary Russell kind of, he ain't that kind of dude though. You know what I'm saying? He don't carry himself like a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's more reserved, which is a good thing.
But see them the niggas that got the hood niggas around them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they gotta protect. They gotta protect them. You know how the OGs coming up, man.
That's true.
That's true. Ones that got the bright future. So he might not be with that shit, but them niggas ready to pop off with some shit, man. But I think Tank should stay at 130 for a while, man. I like to see him against Birchall. I like to see him against, if Russell move up, Leo Santa Cruz. Some guys out there, but he didn't burn that bridge with Floyd, man. Floyd saying, fuck that. Floyd gonna freeze out everybody. He gonna have to fight Mikey or damn Vasyl Lomachenko.
Yeah, I really believe that, man. I mean, like I said, Floyd is very unpredictable. But I feel like whenever he got into that beef with Tank, y'all saw the first thing Floyd did. He took to social media and was like, "Oh yeah, I just finished talking to Top Rank. You know, that fight can get made. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So and it was immediate. So I do see Floyd at the end of that contract, like, all right, man, go ahead and get in there with them sharks. I could see that.
Brandon said he don't know if he beats Easter. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I just know that Easter Jr. gives up his height and his reach advantages in every single fight he's in.
Yeah. He started so good in the first couple rounds against Mikey, but he just had like that itch he had to scratch. He like, you know what?
Yeah,
fuck that unified shit.
He had like an 8-inch height advantage and a 6-inch reach of actually it's the other way around, 6-inch height advantage, 8-inch reach advantage, and he still elected to fight at mid-range distance, bro. He's a boxer puncher. He's not a boxer. That's
that too.
But he didn't vary that jab or anything. It was just the same old jab. He didn't shoot it to the body.
Puncher. That's why.
No. See, one of the things you have to realize is, and to 2K, what 2K is saying is, when a guy's not used to doing something, all you got to do is wait for him to revert back. And that's what Mikey put Robert Easter in a position where he had to revert back to who he is. Because when Robert was trying to box, Mikey played the role of being aggressive. He was coming at him, hitting him with his jab and just coming at him, which forced Robert Easter. And then his jab wasn't a commanding, it wasn't a jab type of jab that you can tell somebody used to throwing it. It wasn't a jab that pow and make you put your head back, pow, like that Larry Holmes jab. You know, it wasn't that jab to put something on your mind. It was just a jab to lay it out there. Yeah. And you don't do that against a guy that's smart as Mikey Garcia. But, I want to ask you guys, man, what about Javier Fortuna? Y'all think he would have some success against that guy?
That's a good fight.
You talking about Davis versus Javier Fortuna?
Yeah. That's a good fight.
Yeah, Fortuna was big. He beat Easter.
Yes, he did.
He beat Easter.
That's why I'm telling Brandon, man, hey, if Javier Fortuna can do that, I'm sure. And he moved up from 130. Remember that. That was his first fight at 135.
Sure was.
I can definitely see Tank getting in there and beating him.
I can see Tank stopping his ass. Probably. Hell yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of unknowns there. That's why I said I don't know if he can beat him either, but I can see Tank winning. It's definitely not a surprise if they fought and he won. Absolutely not.
Most definitely.
Tank is the most unknown, unproven guy between 126 and 135. Just because, he beat Pedraza, but still, who else has he really been in the ring with?
You know what? That's I actually.
Man, he was in the ring with Liam Walsh, man. Y'all need to cut this shit out.
Man, no, dog.
Oh yeah, y'all forgot. It's a world beater right there. That's a world beater,
bro. Liam Walsh, nigga. That, bro. Man, I tell you what, man. If I was a promoter, nigga, man, fuck Tank, fuck Easter, fuck Broner, nigga. Give me Liam Walsh.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's the cash cow right there. That's the cash cow.
You know what?
Bringing them to Texas, baby. Bringing them to Texas.
You know what though? Listen to what you're saying. Probably the most accomplished fighter at 130 is Miguel Berchelt. When you look at the gauntlet he went through,
I would like to see that fight with Davis and Berchelt.
Yeah, but I mean, he probably the most accomplished champion in that division right now. If you think of what he went through,
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Miguel Roman. I mean, I agree with you on the Miguel Berchelt, but Miguel Roman has been through hell and back.
Yeah.
Miguel Roman. That motherfucker been through hell and back.
It's like all the Mexican fighters. They went through the ringer, bro. It's like shit.
Jazriel Corrales.
Yeah. Jazriel wants that Alberto Machado rematch because he was actually winning.
I don't think he's gonna fare well in the rematch, bro. I don't think so.
I agree with you though, man. And then because now that I think about it, Berchelt it would be a tough fight for him because Berchelt is a hard puncher his damn self.
Yeah, he got like 30 knockouts in 34 fights.
Man, he's a hard puncher his damn self, man.
Good for him. He's got excellent counter punching ability, and he has excellent pivoting. That nigga was pivoting around Francisco Vargas.
Something fierce. Wait a minute, Vargas and was it Muda? He was pivoting the hell out of, like he showed a lot of boxing skills against Muda that I didn't realize that dude had.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, it'd be like that, man. If you going up against a Mexican that got a chin and can punch, you in for a fucking long ass night, bro.
Yes, sir.
For a long ass night. Tank ain't ready for that type of fucking mental adversity. I don't believe. That nigga too, Rico Suave, try to be cool and shit. Nigga, you too short. What Jamal say? I pick that nigga up by the nose and chunk his ass. That's what it is, bro. Speaking of Jamal Charlo, we reported on this yesterday at 3kingsboxing.com, or maybe the other day. Willie Monroe it looked like Willie Monroe might get this shot at Jamal Charlo. And honestly, I think this is the best option for Jamal, being that all the other guys we want to see him face are tied up fighting each other. I think this will be a good showcase, homecoming type bout. What do y'all think about this? Do you think this is something that a fight that Willie Monroe can push Jamal in some type of way? You know, if they fight.
No, but what it is it's an excellent win on Jamal Charlo's resume at 160. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people are saying that he hasn't fought anybody at 160. 160 is not really a deep division. You know, when Gennady Golovkin knocked out Willie Monroe, you know, Willie Monroe was that world beater. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was an A-level fighter to these chumps. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when Billy Joe Sanders got in the ring with him, you know, a lot of people thought Willie Monroe had an opportunity to beat Billy Joe Sanders. So, you know, I expect him to give Jamal Charlo the same respect as far as rating Willie Monroe Jr. when those two fight and when he knocks him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the thing. We got to keep in perspective. He is a bigger name and a better fighter than both Hugo Centeno Jr. and Patrick Hyland. So if they fight and he beats him and people are like, oh, he didn't beat anybody. But you can't tell me he's not a better name than those two guys. And before he actually fought him, you were saying they didn't even fight anybody. So what the fuck does he got to do? He tried to get the Gennady Golovkin fight. They didn't want to fight him.
Hey, what if he fight? What if he fight the? Hold on. What if he fight the dude that Daniel Jacobs just fought?
Luis Cuba-Reyes? Oh no. The
other dude, the Polish dude.
I can't pronounce his name. Yeah, the Polish cat.
I think that'll be a good fight.
I think Willie Monroe has a better name than that guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had a good account of himself against Daniel Jacobs, he's still relatively unknown. You know, people know who Willie Monroe Jr. is. The slight casual knows who Willie Monroe is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Selecki. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know who Selecki is, man. So I think it's a good fight. But again, if he goes in there and steamrolls Selecki, what do you think they're going to say? He lost to Daniel Jacobs and nobody knew who this guy was. They could do that against Willie Monroe, but Willie Monroe has a fucking resume. He's actually fought.
That's the sorry thing about boxing, that the casual fan pushes this sport more than us. You know, we would appreciate it's a lucky fight, even though, like you said, he's not as known to the outside boxing public. But that's just crazy that the fucking casual fan pushes the sport more than we do. And we watch this shit and break it down, not for a living, but it pretty much feel like it's for a living. You know what I'm saying? But what was you going to say, Bo?
I'm about to say, I know what he can do. See, y'all are forgetting about somebody. Y'all
no Cuban motherfucker.
No. Y'all forgetting the one dude that made Gennady Golovkin a legend. Y'all forgetting the one guy that everybody, whenever you ask who the Golovkin beat, they say he beat this dude right here. And this dude should have beat that motherfucker. So he needs to fight Martin motherfucking Murray. That's who he should fight. Jamal Charlo should fight number 2 ranked by the WBC, number 4 ranked by the BF, number 7 ranked by the WBO, and he's ranked higher than Willie Monroe. So go get that Martin motherfucking Murray, because Martin Murray makes you a legend. Martin Murray makes you a Hall of Fame.
I heard that.
He's the WBC silver champion, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard it.
Got one of them belts.
I heard that was a fight they was trying to make, but I think Martin Murray got some visa issues or some type of shit that stopped him from coming over.
Yeah, go over there. Yeah.
Take your ass over there.
Well, you know how them feminine niggas is. They ain't coming out of their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit be, bro.
Hey, go over there. Going over there,
I'm
Dusty.
going over there in a heartbeat, especially if it's a fight I know I'm gonna fucking win easily.
Yeah.
You better take that Jorge Linares, man. Go to UK. Route, bro. I mean,
he fought Anthony Crolla twice over there. Why? Because he knew he was gonna beat that sorry motherfucker. Yeah. That's why.
I'm with you about as far as Willie Monroe. I think since he can't get nobody else, that is the better name at 160 than the two guys he fought. The only thing that makes me mad though is people want to clown him for talking about something. What did he do at 160? What did he do at 160? Well, answer this. The fuck did Toriano Johnson or Dominique Wade do at 160?
Well, you know, Toriano Johnson was whooping up on Curtis Stevenson. He got knocked the fuck out. That's his claim to fame. You know,
You
Derek
know what
Chisel
I'm
beat
saying?
that ass.
But I'm just saying, what the fuck did Vonda Monterosian do at one motherfucking 60? So this notion that he got to do something, listen, it pisses me off when you tell a former champion of a lower weight division that he got to do something to fight a champion of a high weight division, when if you've been following boxing history, that kind of shit used to happen all the time. Okay? I've seen champions drop belts at one weight division. Manny Pacquiao used to do that shit all the time. He'll drop a belt at 130, go to 135 and challenge that motherfucking champion. Floyd would do the same motherfucking thing. I seen Gerald, the body snatcher, do the same motherfucking thing. So stop that shit. This dude proved himself at 154. So now y'all say he got to reprove himself at 160. Why? Because you don't want him to fight Golovkin? That's bullshit to me.
Well, I mean, you know how that is, man. I mean, I think we all want to see him fight some of these guys. I mean, eventually, hopefully, these fights happen. It just takes so fucking long for these fights to materialize, man. That by the time these motherfuckers fight each other, they done took a couple losses and all kind of other shit. And it's like, come on, man, make these fucking fights. I just hate that the politics get in the way, man. Because maybe it's the fighters, maybe it's actually the fighters that they say what they want and don't come off of that. The fights that get made, but I feel bad for Jamal because the motherfucker getting to run around. Nobody want to fight him, or Golovkin don't want to.
Well, you got
to. Majority of the time, these fighters want to fight, but they've got their business side that tells them, "Hey, man, this is the better decision for you."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got a lot of these fighters wanting to promote themselves, so they can feel like they make that decision themselves. And even a lot of these fighters, they'll just have a manager that advises them, on the logistics of how to get from point A to point B in their career, but they still make the number one decision. At the end of the day, everything goes through them. That's why Mikey Garcia is loving his position right now, Errol Spence, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about when you got a major, you got all these parts of the business side telling you, hey, man, this is what you need to do. This is what we're going to do for you, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly why you don't see a lot of these fights getting made, fam.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, and then outside of that, we also got to understand, like, from a money aspect, Jamal Charlo and Gennady Golovkin from a money aspect. Charlo Alvarez from a money aspect just don't make sense. When Golovkin and Alvarez can fight 2 times, hell, even 3, or Billy Joe Saunders can fight and make money. So to 2K's point, he's absolutely right, which is why, I mean, even though I was talking, but like you said, Mark Murray got visa issue. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You got Jason Quigley. You got, you know what I'm saying, Jack Cole. Hell, if Spike O'Sullivan beats David Lemieux, grab that ass. So it's other things you got to do. It just really bothers me though, because the sport is starting to get to a point where it's not functioning within the vacuum of the best fights that we know we want to see fighting the best fights, only because of the politics and everything involved in it. Because when I hear fans say, "Oh, he got to prove," so a former champion that proved himself at this division, when he moves up, he got to reprove himself. When I saw Canelo Alvarez didn't have to do that shit. He left 154, went to 160, straight to Sergio Martinez. I mean, straight to Miguel Cotto. He had to prove shit. And I just hate when people do that, like that that fucking double standard shit kills me, man.
Well, you know how that shit is, bro. We all know. I mean, when you move the needle like that, and you got everybody want to get a payday, that's what happened,
Yeah.
But I just want to know who he gonna fight next. But beyond this fight, I'm gonna say he gonna fight Monroe. That's the only logical fight out there for him. So I'm gonna say beyond this Monroe fight, who he gonna fight next? Because I mean, Golovkin don't have to. I don't think got to make a defense next. Maybe he do. Maybe he'll vacate the title, but something got to be done. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many of these type guys out there for him not to be able to get a fight with any one of them. You got Andre, of course, he's gonna be fighting Joe Saunders. I think the winner, is gonna look to unify, but that's keeping him out. The odd man out still, because he has no title to fucking bring to the table. And if they're not gonna force the mandatory status, fight, then he just gonna be like, okay, who you gonna go to 168? You know what I'm saying? So it's
hey, man, my computer started fucking up when Bo said he could fight Jason Quigley. Computer was like, man, that nigga say that whole ass shit. Kick me out of the chat and shit.
Shit.
I made your shit go haywire, dog.
Hell yeah. Nah, but you know, y'all made some good points, man. I guess you know, the David Lemieux, the Spike O'Sullivans, you know, all the guys that Bo mentioned, I think are good. But Willie Monroe, in my opinion, is just as good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he just had a good performance fight. Didn't he just win?
That's what I just said. Just coming off that win, yeah, he won easily too. He didn't look bad at all.
But what was that? What was that Willie Monroe against Billy Joe Saunders? Shit. Yeah, that motherfucker. Look, man, he ain't gonna throw the damn punch when he faced Jamal, bro. He gonna be terrified of that shit. You know, you remember when he tried to fucking stand in the pocket, he stood in the pocket with Golovkin? I thought that nigga was gonna die. Bro, he was going back to the corner. Hey, nigga, I'm thinking, stop, man. I would have threw the fucking towel. Like, this nigga dumb, man. He ain't got no chance, bro. Like, that shit was funny as fuck, bro. He tried his hardest, too. It's like a little guy fighting a bully, you know what I'm saying? He's swinging and landing, but that shit ain't having no effect. Golovkin was laughing at that shit. Like, you little nigga, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying, man? So
that's kind of how it was against Dominic Wade. You know,
yeah.
Dominic Wade was like a little kid in there, bro.
That shit was funny. He said, what he say to K and Bo? He said, I'm crazy. I might just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Man.
He said, I'm a gangster. I was like,
I remember he said that shit. I was like, man, this nigga about to get knocked out. Next.
Man, I remember when Dominique had the nerve to talk about how sick his power. My power is sick. Y'all just don't understand. I got sick power. I'm like, yeah, all right, man. Whatever.
Where you at now, bro?
Hey,
shut your ass down. Nigga ain't stood up since.
Nigga retired, bro. Brandon said Jamal should move up to 168. It's the deepest division in boxing. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think going to 168 would be cool, but I disagree with it being the deepest division. It's not even top 5 in my opinion.
There's a lot of guys with potential, but they ain't did shit. So that's got like a question mark right there. Mm-hmm. Jesse Hart, I don't think he got it made out for. He just and Caleb Plant, that nigga hurt his hand jacking off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ugatage, I like Ugatage. He worked over the matrix. He figured out that damn puzzle twice. Benavidez, he young. He got that power. Gilberto Ramirez, I mean, he need to fight somebody.
Andre Durrell. Oh, wait, he going to 175.
Yep, 175.
Oh, you got the dog. You got his brother who about to get pieced up by Jose Benavidez. I mean, not Jose. David. In my Terrence Crawford voice, David, the only Benavidez that matter. The only, and Andre, the only Durrell that matters. So that's what it is, cuz
that motherfucker on his way out, so they ain't gonna be Durrell that matter.
Yeah.
Hell no, nigga. So it's gonna be a 30 for 30.
Well,
let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Hold on now, man. Hold on. I can't believe y'all, man. Y'all are overlooking two superstars in that division, man. Y'all overlooking Peter Quillen and Chris Eubanks Jr.
Oh yeah, man. Damn, them the dudes.
I can't overlook them, dude. Them the dudes.
Especially you, man. That's a future plan for him.
Put Caleb Truax. Oh wait, nah, he went to 175 too. Damn.
Yes, he did.
oh yeah, damn. He about to go. Bivol shaking his boots. I think Bivol about to vacate that WBA title, bro. Shit. God damn, cuz.
Hell yeah, Bivol. Hey, I'm saying it right now. Dimitri Bivol will duck Caleb Truax.
Don't duck me, son. Duck me, son. See, cuz. I ain't scared to lose my O. You want to fight Aaron Spence? I got a hamstring injury.
Yeah. Terry Flanagan, bro. That's my go-to right there.
Nigga.
Phantom injury. Yep, I have an injury. What's wrong with you? I have an injury.
I have an injury. I'm moving up to 140.
Yeah, got a title shot, nigga. Just call it. Yeah, we gotta have a session where we just roast these fighters, man. Yeah, just fuck it, brother. Shit, man. I can't believe, man. I ain't even gonna say this shit on air because I respect some of these fighters, man. But these niggas, they got like 30 losses, still fighting, need to stop, bro. Niggas, it's no team, nothing in effect, bro. Just stop. Team retirement is calling your ass.
That's messed up, dog.
Bro, I'm for real.
No, look at a lot of them cats out in the UK, man. Them niggas be like 6-102. I'm not lying, fam. They 6 wins, 102 losses. I'm not lying, fam. Look at Kell Brooks. Look at his career. Look at his resume.
Oh, you talking about what's that dude? Hold on, I'm gonna look
Come on,
that up.
get his name, bro. Get his name, dog.
I'm gonna get that name, G, because I know exactly who you talking about.
Twice.
He fought that dude twice. That dude got like 130 something losses, man.
Damn, who fought him twice, bro?
Kell Brooks did.
Damn, I need to go over there and start a boxing career then, man. I can get a shot at Anthony Joshua after fucking 20 fights.
Yeah, because them cats over there in the UK, they don't care. Like, the sanction bodies don't care. Like, over here, if you accrue too many losses, you can't get a license. You know what I'm saying?
But Ernie Smith, that was the dude name. He fought him once. When he fought him, he was 12-85. No, yeah, he was 12-85. Then he fought him right after that. He fought him a second time, and he was 13-97.
He fought him 3 times. He fought him 3 times, fam. 3 times, and 1 of them or 2 of them were back to back.
Right. No, those is what I'm talking about. When he fought him, he fought him 2005. He was 12-85. Then he fought him in 2006. And he was 13-97.
God damn, nigga, he lost that many fights. What the fuck, bro?
Hey, bro, that nigga had 1 win and 12 losses in 1 year.
Yes,
not even a year, fam. It was like 6 months.
Is he still fighting, bro?
Ernie Smith? Hold on, I'm about to check. But look.
Nah, his last fight was 2009. But that dude career is 13-142.
Bro, look at the rest of the guys he's fought though. Brian Coleman, 24-139. Peter Buckley, 31-189. I mean, this shit is
Hey, bro. Hey, Brandon must know what I was talking about. He said Darnell Boone, pound for pound, greatest gatekeeper. Shit, fucked up. That shit is fucked up, cuz. That's what I was talking about, though.
Yeah, you can go to the UK and make some change, dog. Hey, and crew you a motherfucking 40-0 record, fight niggas 13-142 like Ernie Smith. And shit, bro, you will get ranked in the top 20 in a sanctioning body, at least one. At least one.
Yeah, and that's how you end up with broken orbital bones, fighting these bum ass niggas that ain't got no punch, ain't no punch at all. So when you step up, like, oh shit,
yep.
I got chocolate brownies. That shit was gay as fuck.
Shoot, dog. Look at Carson Jones, 40-14.
Yep, that ain't shit. That's great compared to that 13-142 shit though. That's all the fame status right there.
You know what? Kell Brook lost that first Carson Jones fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he won by majority decision, but you're right.
Yep. I had him losing that fight.
That shit
the second
crazy,
bro.
time he knocked him out, though.
Well, it was a premature stoppage, though, man. I didn't, you know, he was beating him, but the referee jumped in way too early for that stoppage, bro. Way too early.
Hey, we're gonna do a bonus round just for my man's Bo, cuz just for my man Bo. He ain't requested, but who gonna fight your brother, man? Who gonna fight Luis Ortiz? Why Dillian White ducking him? You know what I'm saying? I know the problem. Why is he ducking him? Why he calling out guys that ain't gonna fight him no time soon when he got a guy that's ready to fight? He don't even want to fight Dominic Brazil, man. What's up? Who gonna fight King Kong, man?
Hey, man, let me just put it like this, right? The ultimate goal in prize fighting, the key word is prize, and there's no prize bigger than the damn title. Dillian White is nothing more than a blocker for Eddie Hearns, for Joshua. He's that dude that as soon as somebody look like they raising their head up, hey, Dylan, go take care of him.
Yeah.
That's what he is, dog. He's that blocker, right? Now, you're not going to put him in there. See, the thing about Luis Ortiz, which to a certain degree, I get Dillian White's where he coming from. Like, look, I hold this WBC silver. I've been in 2 title eliminators. Why should I fight a Luis Ortiz? Now, me personally, I'm one of those. If you talk shit about a cat, if you tell me how you'll knock a dude out in a certain amount of rounds, well, here, when that docket come with his name on it, then you better take that up. You can't just talk that shit and then try to pull some political crap. You can't do that one with me. Right? But I do understand where he is coming from. However, Lucas Brown and Robert Helenius should not have been fucking title eliminators.
Helenius.
Yeah, Helenius should not have been title eliminators. Now, the Dominic Brazzelli is even an interesting one because Brazzelli's like, well, I got a Mando spot. I'll fight you, and I'll put my Mando spot up there.
He called Dominique Brazil titties, boy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He talked about him. Hell, he even talked about Kubrat Pulev, and Pulev then won the purse bid. So I don't, like I said, Eddie Hearn has something in Dylan White head where Dylan White is, he's like, hey man, somebody's finna come at Joshua. I need you to take care of him. Okay, boss. And he goes and does that. And that's it.
All right, master.
And that's it. That's really it, dog. I mean, Lucas Brown. I think they saying who are they even saying he's gonna fight next, because it's not for a title. That's the bad part about it.
I heard he was trying to fight Manny Trump, but Manny Trump fighting that
Manny Trump fighting he fighting little homeboy. He fighting Franzo Kendo.
Yeah, so I think he gonna fight Derek Chisora in the rematch, I guess, or he gonna fight Carlos. Or he might fight Carlos. He might fight Carlos Taco.
I hope not. I don't want to see that shit.
See that shit.
I was being funny because he coming off a loss, so he trying to do anything to protect that win streak. So.
Well, I think the WBO is saying that him and Gerald Miller will fight for the Mando slot for the WBO.
That's what I heard.
And that's actually not a bad fight, I'll be honest with you.
I don't like Dylan White, but shit, I can't stand Gerald Miller. So I hope Dylan White knock that nigga out. Yeah, I'm going for
not a bad fight though, honestly. I'll be honest. That's really not a bad fight.
I got Jarrell Miller in that one, bro.
If he wins, because he got my name, that's the only reason, bro. I don't
think Jarrell Miller's all that good, but Dylan White, he makes just the right kind of mistakes that Jarrell Miller can capitalize on, especially with that weak ass footwork he has.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know if fucking Miller can fucking take a punch. Shit, that's what I want to know.
Well, one thing we know, he ain't got one.
Yeah.
I agree with Brandon. He said he owed Chisora a rematch. Chisora edged him in that fight. Now, I had Dillian White winning that fight, but I do agree. Yeah.
Chisora wants that rematch. He called him out.
Yeah, he said it today. He called him out today. So
yeah, Chisora wants that rematch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man, but I just know that shit. Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Brazil. Brazil wouldn't have goddamn put that mandatory status on the line. Then that's a fight that's winnable for both guys. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? They'll call me crazy. Maybe I'm the only one, and if people want to talk about me, that's fine. I have not seen no improvement in fucking Dylan White since Anthony Joshua. None. I mean, is there an area that I'm missing? Because I haven't seen no improvement in the dude.
Now that I think about it, no.
He might not be as wild and reckless. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Look at that 12th round against Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
But the nigga just waiting to get knocked out. That's why he ain't fighting nobody, man. But to the question, who gonna fight Luis Ortiz, man?
You know what, man? I think right now, because you got to understand something. Deontay, even though Wilder beat him, it wasn't a situation where Wilder beat him up. Wilder just happened to catch him. And for regardless of what the scorecard said, Luis Ortiz was still winning that fight. And then Luis Ortiz just fought and he blasted through a dude that ain't nobody knocked out, even though it was a lesser opponent, but nobody ever knocked this dude out. He blasted through this motherfucker in 2 rounds. So motherfuckers still, right about now, everybody positioned themselves where they don't want to put nothing at risk for that type of smoke right there. And that's just like the only person I could see may want to fight him. Brian Jennings might want to get his get back. He might want to get his get back.
See that shit.
Yeah. But shit, if I'm Luis Ortiz, I'd be telling Tony Bell, fuck that goddamn Usyk. Put them hands on me, son.
Man, he'll kill fucking Bell, bro. Yeah,
well, he about to get that Usyk fight.
Oh,
yeah, that's November 10th. Usyk about to beat the fuck out of him. Usyk happy too. He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's free money.
Easy money too. He about to beat the fuck out of Tony Bell. It ain't gonna be.
That's easy work, man.
Close, bro.
That's easy work.
I want to see how Usyk gonna look at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's gonna be kind of hard because he's only 6'1", and he would be kind of undersized.
I think he's 6'3". I think he's 6'3".
Okay. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It don't matter because he undersized.
He does look taller than 6'1" though, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's taller than you, Bo. He's taller than you, Bo. That's okay.
So what? 6'2", 6'3"? What he like? 6'2", 6'3"?
He's 6'3". Yeah, he ain't 6'1", 175 pounds.
Oh, hey, okay, yeah, no,
only nigga that's not taller than Bo is Kashad. And unfortunately, he ain't here.
No, ain't no everybody taller than me, paid player. Ain't no everybody taller than me, but everybody way more than I do though.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro, how much you weigh, man?
175.
Yeah, okay.
Like a motherfucker.
He said that. He said it so easy. 175.
Dude, that's what it said. I can show you my driver's license. I can show you the doctor's report.
I can show you my driver's license. I know damn well I don't weigh with my damn
passport. I can show you my passport. It all says that, man.
I don't say no damn 175. Shut up.
Y'all just
you better not borrow your brothers to show us that shit either.
I don't know what you're talking about, motherfucker. I ain't got no brothers. I put my business up.
Yeah, okay. He ashamed of his brother now, cuz.
No. It's, 2K. There's a story I told 2K. It's funny as hell.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
It's crazy, cuz.
No, I don't know who's gonna fight him, honestly, man.
He gotta fight somebody because his old ass getting older, bro.
Yeah, but you know the bad thing is he only ranked in what? He only ranked high in one, and that's the WBC. The WBA screwed him over.
Well, he kind of did that to himself the first go around when he fucking failed and he took them steroids and shit.
Oh
and
yeah, most definitely.
Never
the
forgave
WBA suspended you for a fight that they belt not a part of.
That was you talking about Ortiz?
Yeah, when he fought Latif Coyote.
Yeah, that was Coyote was undefeated.
Yeah, he won. He was the interim champion then. Wasn't Ortiz
the
interim?
Cruiserweight though.
No, it was heavyweight.
Latif Coyote was a fucking heavyweight interim champion.
No, I'm saying it was for a vacant. I think Luis Ortiz had won it off somebody, and he was defending it.
Oh, I was about to say, because Coyote fought at cruiserweight because he had that draw with Antonio Tarver at cruiserweight.
Yeah. Fight he should have lost.
I think you might be thinking about the Alexander Ustinov when they wanted to take a drug test and Ustinov didn't want to take it, and they stripped Luis Ortiz of his interim because Ustinov didn't want to take the damn drug.
No, man, no. I don't know. I know Ortiz tested positive for.
Oh yeah.
Steroid,
I think he did. He tested positive for. It was either Ostarine or Nandrolone. It was one of those two.
I thought that's what
back when he was under Oscar De La Hoya and them. When he was
that was Coyote. You're right, Terrell. But we're saying we don't think that was for an interim belt.
No, I'm not saying that. I thought that he was defending his title. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. I thought that he was defending that shit against the Coyote who was coming up.
I don't think so, fam.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah,
Coyote was moving up. But Alexander Ustinov, yes.
It might have been him. Okay, it might have been him. It was one of them motherfuckers. I know.
It was Alexander Ustinov. I remember that one.
So, I mean, they kind of still punishing his ass for that shit. That fuck up he pulled over there. But, yeah, they definitely, I feel bad for Ortiz, man.
Nope. Hey, he's right, fam. Fucking, that shit was for the, damn. That shit was for the WBA Heavyweight World Championship, bro. Coyote. Yep.
All right, yeah.
Good shit, man. Cool.
Good shit, man. Cool.
Hey,
mark this down on your calendar. You got something over me and 2K on the same day. Mark
that should have never happened.
It never happened.
Well, I'm taller than y'all. I'm taller than y'all niggas too.
Oh shit.
Hey, but Brand said the top 5 heavyweights are Wilder. I'm just joking. He said he said Wilder, Joshua, Ortiz, White, Fury. Man, you got White above Fury? Okay.
Nah, Fury is not. Fury is still, for me, still number 3, man. Just because of accolades. Skill, I think, damn, man, I don't know, man. Fury's just such a fucking wild card right now. It's so hard to say, man. If I'm going off of the Fury that beat Vladimir Klitschko,
you'd have to put him at number 1.
Yeah, I got to put him at number 1, right?
You have to.
But damn, man, I don't know, man. That's a difficult list.
It is. I don't know if you can put Wilder ahead of Joshua. To be honest with you, from a skill standpoint.
No.
I don't know if you can put him just from a skill standpoint. I don't know if you can put him ahead of Joshua. Like, see, the bad thing is if we talking skill, the only person I can see you putting Wilder over is White.
Man, skill, White needs to be number fucking 5. Actually, he might be lower than that. But
I put Joseph Parker over White skills.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. He might have to be lower than that.
You forgetting Alexander Povetkin cheating ass?
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, the Wilder Joshua thing. Nah, man, Anthony Joshua is better than Deontay Wilder. Now, in terms of who do I think wins that fight, this has nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
So we're looking at skills. You know, styles make fights, obviously, but skills. You know, Joshua's a more skillful fighter, and he's done more than Deontay Wilder. You got to be number one, man. The number one is a gimme, regardless of how we feel about either one of those fighters.
Right now,
but if Wilder beat Fury, do he go to number one?
Well, it makes him the lineal champion, so they say.
Yeah. Well, you know what, and I know people hate when I say this. Listen, if Deontay Wilder beat Tyson Fury, that trumps anything in my honest opinion that Joshua's done, because Fury is the guy that beat Vladimir Klitschko and ended that reign. And he's still coming in with that with that lineage attached to him and undefeated record. So
this Alabama nigga ain't gonna argue that.
Shoot. You know, my thing is this though. We got to look at. I can't take it. I'm not gonna take anything away from Wilder if he beats Fury, simply because Fury took this fight. Okay, but in retrospect, we still got to look at the fact that Fury's on a fucking 3-year layoff. The nigga gained like 60 stone and shit. You know what I'm saying? The nigga was walking around 400 pounds not even a year and a half ago, right?
Hey, 2K, you forgot to hit with your line when you said 60 stone. You forgot to add something else after
that. That ain't warrant that yet. Not yet.
All right.
Hey, as long as I keep coming on this motherfucker, it's coming back. It'll come back, dog. But you know, he gained all that weight. He's out 3 years. He comes back. He fights Sefer fucking Safari and Francisco Pianeta, and then it's Deontay Wilder. So, nah, man. In retrospect, we got to consider the fact that Tyson Fury is not the fucking Tyson Fury of 2015. You know, no fucking ifs, ands, or buts, no way, no how. But the fact that Tyson Fury is asking for this fight, the same way I still give Vasyl Lomachenko credit for beating Rigo, because Rigo asked for that fucking fight. It is what it is. If Deontay Wilder beats him, man, we got to give him the credit.
Because and I agree with you, because here's my thing. When Anthony Joshua beat Vladimir Klitschko, was coming off of a 2-year layoff and a loss, it propelled him to superstar status. So, and now Klitschko didn't come back to no warm-up fight. He just came right back to Joshua. Now, to your point, Klitschko didn't gain no 300 pounds, or you know, I don't know where I don't know when you start doing your UK verbiage calculation, but damn, bro, with that stone and shit. It's Chicago, man. You got to be careful with that stone. We got black stones, we got pea stones. You got to be careful with that shit, dog. Fuck around and get me shot saying some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but to your point, here's the thing: Vladimir Klitschko, you can't take away from the fact that he was still training for that fight with Tyson Fury, so he still maintained his shape and everything like that. And then we saw a better version of him when he did fight. Like if he could have got one fight in, then fought Anthony Joshua, probably would have beat. You know, so I see what you're saying. Just my thing is that people gave Anthony Joshua that mad credit when he beat Klitschko, then you gotta give that same credit to Deontay Wilder.
Absolutely.
Hey man, look, this Alabama nigga ain't gonna argue this shit. Hey, that nigga need to keep winning. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, that power ain't gonna be there. You know.
Who? Wilder.
Power's the last thing.
I'm talking about in terms of the power. I ain't saying he ain't gonna knock niggas out, but it's always that one fight where you hurt a motherfucker or you just can't hurt a motherfucker. You gotta outbox him. That's what I mean. You know, power will always be this. So hopefully that shit after the Anthony Joshua fight, I think he's playing undisputed and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it was with Bermain Stavern in their first fight. He had to outbox him.
Actually was. He had to outbox him. Sure did. And he did a good job, which is crazy because he kind of regressed after that. And I think, I don't know what it is. He kind of regressed after that. I think he just started buying more into the fact that I can knock people out.
Yeah, he said it now. He said it now. And I'm gonna be honest. I picked Berman Stavern in that fight. No, I did. No. I was nervous about it. I picked Malik Scott to beat Wilder. I know that sounds crazy as fuck now.
Whoa. What, nigga?
He said big Malik.
Hey, that's what's before. That's what's before, bro. This was before.
You might as well should have picked fucking Sergey Likovich when they fought.
Hey, look. Hey, this was before. Hey, this was before. I wasn't really studying shit like that at that point.
Obviously, Negro. Obviously, you said some shit.
That was like 4 years ago.
Who, by the way, people, is still the last former champion, the only former champion that Deontay Wilder has fought, Sergey Likovich. Anyway, that's a little tidbit for you niggas out there. Carry on.
Hey, man. Oh, do what?
Yeah, man.
Didn't he fight Bermain Stavern?
Besides him, nigga.
Oh, okay.
Look, he tried to one up you. Did he fight Bermain Stavern?
Finish talking about Bermain, nigga. Of course he's considered, nigga. I'm talking about before that.
Sergey Likovich, man, get that nigga out of here.
Sergey like WBO champ, nigga. What you mean?
He did. Yeah, he was. He was a WBO champ. You right. Right. So for everybody out there that say Wilder didn't fight nobody until his almost close to 40 fight, bullshit. He fought Sergey Likovich. He fought a former world heavyweight champion.
Well, they're gonna be like, well, Sergey Likovich was 72 years old. That's what they're gonna say.
They say about losing.
Don't matter. Shit. Fucking Joe Calzaghe gets credit for beating the motherfucking Chris Eubank Sr. that was done.
And Steve Collins, I believe. Didn't he fight Steve Collins?
Yes, he did.
Yes, sir. We know our shit over here, nigga. We know our shit.
Y'all bring that
Ireland,
shit up.
Oh well, hey, Brandon Maurice made a good point about no, he did, no, he did, bro. Yeah, Ariella didn't never hold a championship. Sorry.
He
fought two of them. He fought for the vacant against Berman, and then in a rematch and lost, got knocked out. So now he did.
No. Matter of fact, he fought Bermain back to back. He fought him once and lost, then he fought for the vacant title.
No, yeah, he fought for the vacant title first, and then fought him for his title, and then got knocked out.
I remember they fought him back to back.
I was at that fight with Wilder versus Ariella. That shit was, whew. That shit.
That's the one where his arm was messed up. His hand was messed up, right?
Yeah, Fat Dan fucking broke his chair and shit.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have sat on his lap.
Nah, nigga, I don't get down like that. Yeah, that nigga. Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
Yeah, that's the
dude, it was what's his name? Omar Shika. That's who we fought.
Oh,
Omar Shika.
That's Omar Shika from Chicago. That's who. It wasn't Steve Collins. It was Omar Shika.
Yeah, Omar Shika from Chicago. Out of Windy City Boxing Gym. Sam Colonna was his trainer. Omar Shika, I remember him.
Yep.
Went to Gordon Tech High School.
Yep.
Hey man, we about to get up out of here, man. We gonna do it.
Trash even back then.
Hey, we gonna get up out of here.
Omar Shika was trash, man.
Hey, y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, share this shit. Check out 3kingsboxing.com every day for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information from the smallest weight class to the heavyweight division. I'm the lead journalist, Big Cool. Bo, what is you, Bo? You the
Director of Public Relations.
Yeah, Director of Public Relations.
The Director of Public Relations, owner of videos, owner of site material.
Yeah. And 2K just another nigga that just gave us a chance. He the nigga that created this shit.
Hey, I'll give y'all
real creator.
I'll give y'all a hint of who I am. If y'all know who this is when I say it. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. That's who I am.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Jarrell, say that one more time. What did you say before 2K spoke?
So he's just the nigga that created. He
the
real creator of 3kingsboxing.com. So if you hear otherwise from a white guy that's country and a nigga that look like
a real editor.
Yeah. He know how to correct stuff. He ain't just sending those sentences.
He's a real team motivator.
Yeah. How you like me now? Hey, tell them, man, we on their head, man. We on their head. We'll be in New York, so eventually.
You know what, man? It is what it is, brothers. You know what I'm saying? We doing what we do.
just clowning, man. We just talking shit.
Having fun.
We talking shit.
We not worried about nobody else. We know y'all talking about us. Trust, I got people that listen in that know what y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Y'all see what we doing over here. We still fucking moving. You know what I'm saying?
So everybody that's watching this video now, man, go over to Prodigy and Boxing Talk. Hit that subscribe button. Go over to Truth and Fact Sport Talk. Hit that subscribe button and go to 3kingsboxing.com, more importantly, and read up everything we got. Everything. Me and Bo, we the lead journalists. I'm the lead journalist, but that nigga second in command. 2K.
He corrected that shit real quick, dog.
Hey, 2K.
Where's Sess? Sess, where you at? Where you at, Sess?
Little Caesar Robertson. Nah, 2K is the site creator, the owner. He write a little bit and shit, and editor along with Red and all the motherfuckers. You know, we just a good team, man. We're a team on the rise, so check out that shit, man. We appreciate it. Next hangout might be tomorrow. Shit, trying to be consistent with this shit, so man. Yeah. Until next time, man. We all out this bitch. Peace.
Bo's the greatest.
Big Cool's world.